Hi, this is Mike Regan with Transact's 2-Minute Warning for the week of July 20th. And in this week's 2-Minute Warning, we're taking a look at how the YRC deal is affecting the LTL marketplace. And we're also sharing some information about important issues you need to be aware of if you plan on conducting an LTL sourcing event in the foreseeable future. 2 weeks ago in our 2-Minute Warning, we highlighted some of the details associated with YRC's financial transaction with the U.S. government. Now, in that 2-Minute Warning, we also said that shippers needed to breathe a huge sigh of relief because YRC has a viable path forward. Now, we've heard from some of you, and you basically have told us, look, we understand details are important, but we also are interested in your thoughts about how this deal is affecting the LTL marketplace, because this could potentially impact our LTL rates. And here are some thoughts that we have shared with those of you who have asked. First, you need to understand that because of YRC's size, the government basically deemed them as providing an essential service. Now, it's not just their size, it's the fact that they're moving freight through the regional and national carrier network in some very significant lanes, and they're also serving some of America's largest shippers. And that leads us to our final point, that their capacity is extremely important in providing a stable rate environment. It's not a stretch to believe that if YRC weren't around, or YRC were around in a significantly smaller footprint, that the other LTL carriers would have used this as an advantage to take a fresh look at rates. And we all know that this means that those rates could have potentially gone much higher. Now, that leads us to another point that we need to talk about if you plan on conducting an LTL sourcing event in the foreseeable future. First, as we've talked about in previous 2-Minute Warnings, you need to understand that the carriers have outstanding cost models. And one of the biggest changes that has occurred in the LTL industry over the past 2 to 3 years, based on discussions we've had with VPs of pricing, is the carriers know how much it costs to serve each and every shipper. And if you have an OR that's above 100 or not within acceptable financial limits, you're going to be having pricing discussions with those carriers because they now have the data. And that's one of the reasons why we encourage you to basically use the questionnaire we talked about a couple of weeks ago in our 2-Minute Warning, which is the Carrier Yield Questionnaire, which you can use as a basis for discussing with your carriers how you can take a fresh look at your operations and take a look at how you can mutually come together to get the best possible LTL rates. And we make all of this information available to you because with each and every 2-Minute Warning, we are here to remind you we are on your team, we're here to help, and we're passionate about seeing you be successful. Thanks for your time.